everybody. This is my 100th video. I'm already feeling emotional. I'm already gonna cry. Like, I knew I was gonna cry in this video. Let's try not get emotional yet. You can see from the title and the thumbnail of this video what I'm doing today, so that's already making me a bit emotional because I've wanted to film this video for so long. But on top of that, I'm doing it for a special reason because it's my 100th video. I've dressed how I was in one of my first videos I ever filmed, which was my reaction to Stargazer and to Rainbow. I was dressed in this jumper and that video's always stuck with me. 100 videos or so later, I'm in a different city, I'm in a different phase of my life, but here I am still filming these videos that bring me so much joy. The amount in which this channel has grown is incredible. We're nearly at 30,000 subscribers. And yeah, to get to 100 videos, I'm so proud of myself. I'm not the most stable person at times. Maybe that's noticeable at points, but being able to stick something out like this, that depends so much on my mood, I think has been so good for me. I never talked about it before, but I do think that this channel has been extremely good for my mental health. Music already is something that is so amazing for me and my mental health, and then I feel like this channel has also become another sort of safe haven for me. I don't read the comments too much, I'll tell you that. I do think overall making these videos has been so good for me mentally and spiritually and emotionally, because music is so healing for me. And then people enjoying watching me listen to music and connect to music is also very healing for me, to know that people sort of like me, because I've always thought that people don't really like me. It's always how I feel like I've been received by people throughout my life, so to feel like so many people enjoy me is incredible. So thank you. I'm so happy to be here at 100 videos, listening to In Rainbows by Radiohead, which is a video I've wanted to do since I began reacting to stuff and reviewing albums. I always wanted to review my favorite album of all time, or not review, but react to it, listen to it on camera, and sort of have this as like a memory. And I feel like today might be the day to do it. I'm like on the verge of tears today. Not any bad reason. I'm feeling really grateful and amazing lately, actually. I can't tell you how amazing. Oh gosh. I can't tell you how amazing I feel lately. I haven't even started listening to the music yet. I think I'm feeling really overwhelmed just with the amount of happiness and contentness and peace I feel lately, because I don't feel a lot of that. Usually, I am so excited to listen to this album, and I think it's going to be such a different thing for me right now to listen to this, actually, because this album, I came across it, in 2007, I guess, just to give some backstory. My dad, who is the #1 major influence on my music taste in my life, he loved this album. He loved Radiohead while we were kids in the 2000s, and he would play a lot of Radiohead around us, and eventually I came to love them through him as well. And this was always the album that stuck out to me the most, because I think it was around that time that I really started to get into music and start really listening, started to connect to it, and over the years it became, in my teens, a place of solace for when I was going through very tough times. So I love this album for that reason. So to listen to it today for my 100th video from a really great place, it's gonna mean just as much to me. It's been there for me through thick and thin, and I feel like such a baby crying on camera right now about it, but I hope some people are gonna think I'm stupid, I think, and just like over the top and like, why is she crying about an album? But I hope some people get it. It's just part of who you are. This is that album for me, so I'm really excited to listen to it and share when I feel like I'm sort of coming out the other side of maybe a very long time of being in the dark, and this album was there for me while I was in that, so I owe so much to it. Okay, first off, we're starting with 15 Step, which was always a track that's, I mean, this is the other thing about In Rainbows that's crazy, is so many of these tracks are anthems for very, gosh, I'm gonna get emotional again. Keep It Together remind me of very specific times in my life. So this first track, 15 Step, reminds me a lot of my sister. This was always a track my sister loved and gravitated towards when we were younger and both getting into Radiohead. So this track reminds me a lot of her, and I miss her so much because I'm not with my family right now. I'm away studying in a different state, and gosh, do I miss my family. I especially miss my dad lately. The track that is my dad's anthem is Later, so let's focus in on my sister first here with this first track, and gosh, let's pay attention to the drums here. I'm probably gonna be like mostly emotional like listening to this album today, but I'll try and be slightly technical sometimes, and gosh, are the drums good on this first track. I love them. And then the bass kicks in here. There it is, the bass. It's guitar first. Like, bruh, come on. I should know that. I never totally, I love this track, don't get me wrong, but I never totally gravitated towards it as much as my sister. It is more of a happier track for the album. And I'm into sad stuff, so... Yeah, so this is all my sister. I don't even understand, like, what the point of that is. This is probably my favorite part of the track right here, because it's slightly sadder. A little bit more atmospheric. Oof! Yeah, I love the ending of this track the most. Sometimes, like, I've probably made up my own lyrics to this album, because I listened to so much of it when I was younger and I wasn't paying attention to the lyrics, and I just come up with my own as a teenager. So good! Oh no! Oh gosh, we gotta pause for a sec. Right before I started filming this, I was outside petting a cat, and I'm allergic to cats. This hand needs to go get washed. Okay, sorry if I'm a bit sniffly. Hopefully the allergies calm down because I washed my hand. I guess it wouldn't have been too noticeable because I was already crying anyways. But I would not be crying so much at the start of this album. I think if I do start crying, it's gonna be a bit later. But these first couple tracks are a lot more energetic to me. They feel like, yeah, the more hopeful section of the album. And I like how the album starts there because it eases you into how sad this album can become a little bit later on, in my opinion. And ending off with the saddest track, in my opinion, but yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, love 15 Step for the percussion, and I love how the guitar pops in and the bass pops in, and like those layers just build on top of each other. The next track, Bodysnatchers, is a track that reminds me of my mum. This is my mum's favorite track on the album. I have had several moments over my life where me and my mum are boogieing. We love to dance together. We're both big dancers, and we'll throw on Bodysnatchers and we'll go crazy together. There's a few tracks that my mum does love by Radiohead, and one of them is Bodysnatchers, so let's listen to Bodysnatchers. It's crazy, this track. This is the banger of the album. That's what I always say about it to people. I love how rough and gritty the guitar sounds. There's so much fuzz on it. Oh, I love the lyrics. This is one of my favorite tracks when it comes to lyrics. To me, it is like the depersonalization anthem as well. I'm trapped in this body and can't get out. Ugh. Chills. Absolute chills. I love the switch up on this track. I'm alive! I seen it coming! I also love the line, the lines wrapped around my face are for anyone else to see I'm alive. That's a great line. Oh, that's such a good track. Oof. Okay, next track is Nude, which a lot of people love this track. The track has been growing on me in recent years. I feel like as I'm getting older, I mean, the lyrics are amazing on this one again. But yeah, I know a lot of people love Nude. It is really good, actually.
Don't get any feel noise. Can't be.
My favorite line is now that you found it, it's gone, and now that you feel it, you don't. once again, I never even noticed this pattern myself until right now as I'm sort of like sharing my thoughts, but love the ending of this track again. I like the ending of a lot of these tracks, it seems. The layering is so good in this album. The strings, the Johnny Greenwood strings. Okay, I still love it. Like, the fact that that's one of my least favorite tracks on the record and it's still a 10 shows you, like, it's my favorite album of all time. Just if I had to pick and choose. Okay, so this track, Weird Fishes / Arpeggi, my first boyfriend's favorite track. Like, favorite song of all time at the time we were together. So this track reminds me of him a lot. This is one of my favorite tracks on the record. It's probably top 3. It's the track I'll go to like, show people a Radiohead track. I feel like, how can you not like this one? It's the perfect track.
Why should I stay here?
Damn.
Why should I?
It's arpeggio guitar. I mean, it's in the name, arpeggi. It like has like a lullaby feel to it a little bit. It becomes so much more emotional. Oh man. This build up is insane again. Like, can you not hear all that detail? But it's the change up right here that like gets me. It's always the change up.
Picked over by the wall.
Man, that first drum beat. It's like a drum. Ah! Like, how do they so perfectly capture the feelings of romantic love? Oh, it's Simple Crash.
I hit the bar.
Oh my gosh. Okay, pause, because I know what's happening next. If anyone knows me at all, they know what's happening next. It's my favorite track of all time. So we're gonna take a breather before we listen to All I Need, because oh my gosh, that song speaks to my soul on a different level. But yeah, this track, I feel like Weird Fishes / Arpeggi and All I Need, which go back to back, and we're sitting in the middle of them right now. These are like the two romantic love songs. They captured my idea of romantic love so well for so long. Romantic love was always a place of lots of sadness for me. Thank God I had them, you know? Thank God I had them. Pretty much made up part of my personality. I cried on camera plenty of times before. Whatever. Let's do it. It's the strings. It's the strings! These Johnny Greenwood strings are literally insane. They're insane. I have not listened to this song in a while because I knew I was going to film this video, so it's been a second since I listened. This is my favorite track of all time, so it's hitting me a bit hard.
I am all the day.
I am all the days that you choose to ignore, though, is my favorite line. That's my favorite line of the whole album.
You're all I need. I'm in the middle of your picture because there are no others.
I really stick with you because there are no others.
I'm in the middle of your picture, lying in the rain.
And here it is, the classic change up they always do, where the track just elevates. But it's piano! The symbol again! Just constant symbol. last section speaks for itself. I didn't cry. I'm proud of myself. Not crying's okay though. And Faust Arp. Oh, so all I need is my anthem, if you're not aware. That song's my track. Faust Arp doesn't remind me of anybody. I think it's the perfect follow-up for All I Need. I feel like we need the break. I need it.
Plastic bags and triplicate and triplicate. There from the neck up, I guess I'm stuck. No real reason.
I love this album. Why am I getting emotional now, man? This track never makes me cry. This is actually like a form of self-care right now. Also just showing how crazy I am, but that's alright. Okay, and then Reckoner. Which is the dad anthem. This is my dad's favorite track of all time. Which isn't gonna be good because I miss him a lot at the moment. Let's keep it together. But yeah, like, once again, incredible percussion. This track feels like water to me. It takes me to the beach. I feel like I'm swimming listening to this track. Thank God. I miss my dad. Bass. I feel like this track and Faust Arp are like maybe the reprise of that happier, more uplifting, hopeful first two tracks. It sort of comes back here a little bit. It's so healing to listen to. But yeah, it's the breakdown. Here again, I love that breakdowns. I love the switch ups. It's so good at it. Favorite line in this track, because we separate like ripples on a blank shore. Love the drums across this whole entire album, apparently. Thought it was just 15 step, but no. Wow, it's really good on With Fishes, and it's really good again on Reckoner. Damn. Oh, wait, no, we do not have time. House of Cards is 5 minutes and 30 seconds. It doesn't feel that long because I love these tracks so much. Let's take a break then. Diving more into like the happier side of things, I feel that Weird Fishes and All I Need is like a very sad part of the album. In a great way. It's my favorite part of the album, so of course I love it. This album, especially I think as I'm getting older and getting into more of like a positive mental state and just healing in my adult years, this album feels so much more hopeful to me than it once did. It's so layered to me because I came to this album during those times, but at the same time, now it feels like a big hug. More happier sides of the album, they're there and they're just as present as the sadness in this record, which is always what I used to focus on. And it's insane because like I can listen to this album so much and I still get something out of it 15 years later. I'm not surprised that one made me cry because it reminds me of my dad. And I'm having a day today where I just miss my dad. Anyone else feel that? That makes sense. The dad anthem is going to bring the tears on. So yeah, but let's keep listening to, I think we've got 3 more tracks, right? I think I know something pretty well. So it's House of Cards, Jigsaw Falling into Place, and then Videotape, and then that's it. So let's keep going. Finished off with a bang. House of Cards is my least favorite track on the record, and I've had so many arguments with people over the years about this because I've met people that love it, including my second boyfriend. Remember having so many conversations with my second boyfriend about this track and how much he loves it and how much I didn't really like it, and he, I think, made me grow to like it a bit more because now this track reminds me of him a lot. So yeah, House of Cards is his anthem. In my head, when I listen to it, it brings me back to that time in my life. Okay, let's go. I just love how this album like has so many tracks that remind me of all these important people in my life.
I don't wanna be your friend.
But yeah, like overall, I think it feels a bit more like happier, right? Like the tone of it is very major, and I don't like that very much. Just my preference. This song is about swingers, right? It's like the House of Cards is the marriage. Yeah, I'd say also, I feel like this song's a bit too long. Yeah, I don't feel like it has like the same dynamics that I really appreciate about the rest of the tracks. The other tracks feel very alive to me. Yeah, I'm gonna give this track, I think, another few decades. Maybe I'll begin to appreciate it when I'm in a marriage. I don't know, I hope not, actually, because it's about the marriage falling apart. Yeah, but for now, we'll let that one sit. And be patient with it. Okay, Jigsaw falling into place. I think this track is super underrated. I feel like a lot of people don't mention this one as one of the best tracks on the record, but I think it's great. And this track is not an anthem for anyone in my life, but I've always loved the energy of this track a lot. I feel like this is Tom's anthem. So good! But back on!
Just as you take my hand, just as you write my number down, before the night out, before the animal noises, those who get cameras.
It reminds me a little bit of Bodysnatchers. Like, there's a bit more of a grit to this one again. A lot of energy to it. Something you can dance to.
The beat goes round and round. The beat goes round and round. Shot goes, come on and let it out.
Come on and let it out.
Before you run away from me, before your last bitch will know. It's so falling in place, so there is nothing to explain. You are each other as you pass. She looks back, you look back. Jigsaw falling into place.
Amazing. Like, this album is so balanced. Like, the bangers are one track from either side of the album, like the first track in, like as in the second track in, and then the penultimate track. Then you've got Weird Fishes and All I Need together in the middle of the album. I just and then okay, here we go. So talk about sadness. And we know how much I love sadness, so this is my second anthem.
And if a star freezes just beneath, it is reaching up to grab me.
My favorite line.
You are my center when I spin.
You are my center when I spin away.
Out of control on
Man. Love these oohs in the background again. The vocal layering is insane. He blends so well with the energy of the instrumental section. Oh my gosh. Oh, my favorite lines. This is my way of saying goodbye because I can't do it face to face. And then the final line of the whole album is the most perfect final line. The most perfect final line an album could ever have.
has been the most perfect day I've ever seen.
loved that line. But I feel like I get it more now than ever. I think I love this song especially because it's so piano heavy. And I find piano to be the saddest instrument. I love how offbeat the drums feel. Like, they're off from the piano. I think they're on different beats. That's it. That's my favorite album of all time. I only cried once, which is pretty good for me. That last line, I think, summarizes the album so well. No matter what happens now, you shouldn't be afraid because I know today has been the most perfect day I've ever seen. That's how this album makes me feel. It's like, as sad as this album can be, whenever I come out the other side of listening to this album, that's how it makes me feel. It makes me feel like this is the most perfect day I've ever seen because I got this freaking album. This album is going to help me get through it. And it does feel, like I said, this album feels more hopeful than it ever has before listening to it. Can't tell you how much I love this record. And it just takes me through my life. I feel like listening to this record, it reminds me of all the people most dear to me, except my brother, but my brother never really liked Radiohead. So there's not really ever going to be a song on this record that reminds me of him, but apart from him, these are nearly like all my most important people throughout my life that I've connected with and loved, represented in this album, and it's so special to me because of that. And then it's got also tracks that just remind me of my past self and All I Need and Videotape. I hope this video has resonated with some people that also love music as much as I do. Listening to my favorite album on video is something I've always wanted to do. I was always a bit nervous because I knew I would cry, but I'm glad I did it. And I got a message from my dad while I was listening to Jigsaw, and he said he also misses me and we can call this weekend. So I'm happy. Who wouldn't miss me? No, I'm joking. There's 10 tracks in this record, but House of Cards, unfortunately, is a 0.5. I still struggle with that song. I used to hate it. I used to not like House of Cards at all, but I've come to at least partially enjoy it, so I'm going to give this record a 95. And I know it might not make sense to some people. I remember I read a comment once that was like, why is it your favorite album of all time if it's not perfect in your eyes? But I hope that my reaction to several of the tracks in this record show why it's my favorite, even if maybe I don't love House of Cards and Nude. Nude actually I've come to love a lot more, but yeah, even if I don't love House of Cards, it doesn't take away from my experience I have with majority of the tracks in this record. There are so many tracks in this record that have had a profound impact upon who I am. I hope that is understandable to most people. Thank you again for 100 videos, even though I did all the videos, but thank you for watching. And I hope that we'll do another 100. Okay, bye.